welcome back to the Open Mic Podcast. Back this week with a new sponsor. We're sponsored by Inward Pickles. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I looked at you. That's fucked up. Let's start off.
You have a problem.
Yeah,
You have a problem.
Please keep that. No, we'll leave it in. We'll leave it in. But with me as always, Jason. What's up, Jason?
Embarrassed to be here now.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to be me, so it's fine. And this week's special guest, first off, we have John McMillan. What's up, John?
What's up, nigga?
Cool. He can say it. I wish I
Inward
could.
Pickles.
No,
We doing it.
yeah. And also we have Adrian Corwin. What's up, Adrian?
I did not know about the pickles bit, but I like pickles. By the
Yeah, I want to surprise you with my pickle. You know how it is.
They're gonna be delicious.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys are gonna hold it, actually slide that out of the way so it doesn't cover your face. Cool.
You know, I have an observation that I just made too. The N-word is only 3 episodes old on our show right now.
Which one?
There was episode 21. What's his name?
Tom Murphy?
Nah, it was Derek Jack.
Oh, Derek Jack.
And then we had someone else that dropped an N-bomb. That was so the N-word is only 3 episodes old now.
Okay, so we got like 6 more before we're canceled.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So anyways, let's move on. Guys, Oklahoma City Comics, glad to have you guys down here. Been hanging out for a few days. How long have you guys been doing comedy?
For about 5 years.
About 5 years?
3 years.
About 3 years? And you're still better than Adrian. That's crazy.
I know, right? You know, black excellence. What
I
can
just say that to watch his face. He gets so mad when I talk shit.
He's better at rap battling, though, apparently.
Yeah, no. I heard him rapping the other day, and dude, you need to just cancel your album and push it back because Adrian's just going to flop you, dude.
That's actually what's happening right now. He's actually signing all of his music rights right over to me.
You're gonna shelf your own
Wow,
shit.
you just got NWA, dude. You got Jerry Hellard.
Because if you don't disagree right now, that seems like that was like a verbal contract, just a little bit.
No, not at all. I'm not surprised by the actions of the Jewish community in relations to music
Nobody
and
is.
black artists.
It's not new. Yeah.
If you guys are going to be handing it back
Shame.
and off, if you guys are wondering, I can only afford 3 microphones. That's why they're handing the microphone back and forth. So,
Well, let's talk about the fact that I brought a mic and it didn't work.
well, I didn't want to bring it up. It sounds sacist when I say it.
Because he brought the shoddy shit? Okay, yeah. So where'd you get
We'll
this
say
from,
it.
right?
Yeah. Where'd you steal this from? It's funny
Because it hurts a little bit. You know, it does. Yeah.
Is that why you threw it in my car very fast? He was like, "We gotta go." I was like, "John, this is not your house."
I remember you saw me with this last week. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I hardly ever ask questions like this. I don't get too much into like comedy interviews, but like just out of curiosity, what are you guys' influences? Like what comics do you guys like? Like who are your top 2 favorites that you guys enjoy watching, whatever?
Your loose top 2. I'm not going to say like this is like your definitive and it'll be questioned later.
Yeah,
it's
like
just off the top of your
2,
head.
yeah, like Jay said, pick your 2 like top like ones that you like the most. They don't have to be your top, whatever.
Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle for sure.
Nice.
But I'm like really falling in love with Tim Dillon. Like I'm like, dude, that's
Dude.
like
I like
my
Tim
hero
Dillon.
now.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon, yeah. I worked with Tim Dillon, just watching him up there. He's so fucking
Well, his
hilarious,
delivery and
dude.
his presentation is
Yeah.
definitely what makes it for him.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
It's weird, but like I grew up around like Steve Martin stuff,
Uh-huh.
so like that's what my dad introduced me to. and
What's
I'm
your
like,
favorite Steve Martin movie? I'll tell you mine while you think. My Blue Heaven.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
That's a good one too. I like My Blue Heaven when he
The
plays
jerks-
the
the
Goomba.
jerk-
He plays the mobster.
Oh, absolutely.
And he goes up to that chick in the grocery store. He goes, "Hey, you can't be here in the freezer section." And she's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Cause you can melt all this stuff."
Mine's
You need some arugula.
Yeah.
Mine's Bowfinger. I'm gonna go with
Bowfinger?
That's
That was a good
great
one too,
movie.
though.
That's a great
Yeah.
movie.
Roxanne. I like with the big long nose.
Oh yeah. Roxanne. What's your other favorite comic or
Like lately is Rory Scovel.
Rory Scovel? He's very funny. You
amazing.
don't hear a lot about him like when you ask people, but he's very fucking funny. Just his voice alone.
The way he tells the way he does his jokes is just phenomenal. Like he incorporates voices, but into like a weird way where you're like,
Yeah.
So you just said the word of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the property value is now gone down.
Well, that happened when you got here. Jason, do you have some questions for us?
Yeah. Okay. So, would you guys rather be? Here's just an optional question. Would you rather be the best cook in the world, the best driver in the world, or the best interrogator in the world?
Best cook, best driver, or interrogator?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already kind of like a detective because when I want to know something from somebody, I'm really like, okay, so like, what time was it? What were you wearing? Okay, and I started asking, like, I try to paint the picture in my head.
So you're not confident enough already in your interrogation skills to think that, yes, I'll use that wish to be the best interrogator.
I'm saying I think I already am the best interrogator.
Oh, okay, so you don't need that one.
So that was kind of rude, but
And you drive pretty slow.
I drive safe. I drive just as fast as you should with weed in your car in a state where it's illegal.
And you kind of cook like shit.
Yeah,
Drive
I
slow,
do cook
homie.
like shit. No vegetables, right? You want to bring that up again? No vegetables. So yeah, I'll say best cook.
Okay.
Of course.
I wanna be
Of
impressed.
course.
Of course,
Obvious choice.
And what would you pick?
Dude, I don't know. I think I would go best interrogator.
Best interrogator?
Because I just always wanted to just use one of those like metal pokers to, you know.
That's assault. That you can't.
Those are interrogation skills. Like
In
maybe I can get a
Guantanamo
job at the
Bay.
CIA, bro.
You'd come more in touch with those tools by being a chef or a cook, though.
Man, you know what?
That's-
I'm still going with interrogators. Fuck
sticking-
off. This is
sticking with
my
my answer.
dream.
What about you, Adrian?
Cook, more money in it.
More money?
That's the only one that actually comes with possibly the most money or the potential.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
most
you
money.
got to think about it. If you're a really good cook, you can find a really good restaurant and some really rich people
Yeah.
to pay you a lot of money to make that really good food that you know how to make. So there's money more involved.
Even though I think I'm a really good driver already, I would have went with driver because I still think that you could probably have a pretty interesting life as a stunt driver, and if you're the
Yeah.
absolute best, that can turn
Get
a
to
buck.
drive fast cars, blow shit up, jump shit,
Yep.
run into shit.
Maybe die.
Yeah, I'll still pick cook.
See, I got to debate that though. I feel like interrogator would be the money making job. All you got to do is sneak into a politician's home, be like, "Hey, I know what's on your hard drive. Give me $100,000."
You seem like
better ask
your
for
days are numbered.
course.
I feel like your days are numbered if you.
I'm going to be honest with you, John. I feel like you have interrogator confused with breaking. That's exactly what my
With like spy, international spy.
Yeah. Like I want you to think of like The Negotiator with Kevin Spacey and Samuel L. Jackson. Like that's where you're going.
I think you have interrogator confused with someone who robs people.
Yes, yeah, there.
As a
It is.
burglar.
John's like somebody's like, now you're the best interrogator in the world. Then crime goes way up.
He literally said, "I want to be better at interrogating people so I can extort them for money."
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
Turns a buck. Every one of us thought about which one would make the most money for us.
Yeah.
So.
Like, what's wrong with that though?
No, what really is?
Like,
I don't know.
You live your life, to each his own.
like I'm already a good cook and a good driver. You mean?
And every time you get into arguments, you don't always win. It's like, that'd be the one thing that I'm missing.
Yeah,
Right?
dude. Like, I want to get the info out of you. Like, dude, what are you really? Are you really Yugoslavian, Ukrainian, Polish?
Only 23 and me will tell, And,
Yeah.
And they did.
I could be a human 23 and me, man. It's my dream.
Just give me some of your DNA. Right.
Let's move on to the next question.
All right. So, Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys. Just happened, right? Would you rather be a vampire that only drinks period blood or a werewolf that only eats people starting from the booty?
Oh, the werewolf.
Werewolf.
absolutely.
Yeah, werewolf.
That's men, too.
Yeah. I don't even have to be a werewolf. I'll eat some booty right now, dude.
Men booty?
I don't have to be a werewolf. I'll eat some booty right now, dude. Why are you making me feel bad? It's not a bad thing to eat man ass.
Definitely vampire. I already eat period blood, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
Got my day ring.
Oh, you've got your red wings.
Well, it's how he's able to walk out in the day. So it gives you
day
your
walker.
skin that nice, good hue. You got nice skin. Joe.
Yeah, and then as a vampire, I'm already the best interrogator because I can compel people. I'll be like, "Yo, just tell me the truth, pussy,"
Yeah.
and then mind control.
And then you'll
And period blood.
I don't
I'll
want to tell
turn
you
you.
anything right now. We're making the weirdest eye contact in the whole relationship we've ever had.
He was trying to charm you.
I'm gonna be honest. Out of us four people, he would make the noticeable vampire. Like
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
I want to say Blackula, but is that racist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Vampire
not.
If you talk about somebody based solely on their appearance of the color of their skin, that's racist. Yes.
No, it's not. If you're black, you're black. You're white, you're white. That's your color. It's just what you are. It doesn't matter.
Did you just call me colored?
Yeah.
Colors.
Dude, I
Colors.
think I said this on
Colors.
one of our episodes recently. I never understood, or maybe I was talking to you.
Yeah,
I never understood why colored was a bad term because it feels like you're saying they're more cultured. There's more color. Like I'm not. I wish I was colored. Somebody color me in. Grab a human crayon.
Okay.
Jesus Christ,
As long as he doesn't get mad, we can air it. It's fine.
Fair enough.
nigger.
Yeah.
Y'all are canceled. Y'all are canceled now, motherfucker.
Oh, say it again. No, I'm just playing. Don't.
I feel like I
You
feel
do
like
whatever you want. I'm not censoring.
I
you.
do feel like YouTube and
Only
Spotify
air
and all
the
them
audio.
are picking up for that shit probably.
Luckily, we don't have enough viewers or listens or downloads for people to actually.
No,
check
we're
into
good.
it.
I'm just only amazed that now the part that somebody will be listening to this in their vehicle, and then John will just come on back. Yeah, my tire blew.
I'm suing this fucking podcast. They put that shit in my ear.
Okay, you can have our old microphones we can't use because they're broken.
If you give us $300.
Yeah, absolutely. And then John will extort you for $500.
Because he has interrogation skills.
What else you got for us?
How about would you rather have dick fingers or balls on your feet?
Well, we talked about Austin before. Austin. There's a comic that lives up in Oklahoma City. He's a friend of mine too, and he just got tattoos on his feet. They're butterflies, but they're cock butterflies. They're butterflies made out of dicks.
Oh, great.
So he wears flip flops even in the cold just to show them off all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Austin. I love him.
So
I'm not quite sure if he's all your friends or not, so I'll just keep my opinion to myself.
cock fingers or nut feet.
Yeah. Because if you stub your toe all the time, your balls are gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And then if you're eating food, and you're like sucking dick every time.
So you feel like the balls, like you feel them?
Well, just imagine. I mean,
When
the
you're walking?
the picture
Yeah.
that I would show you here, and yeah,
I think I got to go cock fingers, man.
Cock fingers, yeah.
Just 'cause,
you can't run or walk fast with ball feet, right?
Like my fingering game on a woman will be amazing because it's just a real.
Well, you're not fingering her.
whole-ass
Now
dick.
you're raping her, John.
I mean,
Well, it's dicks,
debatable.
you're fucking.
Subjective.
Technically, the dick fingers thing does make a point because like you have 5 dicks now on your hand, and somebody can feed you out of those people that you would be. Yeah, so you're good. I
We
see.
can go
his point.
double Dutch real easy. With
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
you could be just working over here and be like, "Someone feed me a fry." And you never have to really kind of worry about touching food.
Yeah. What would you pick, Jason?
I mean, I would go dick fingers definitely. It has to be dick
You
fingers.
have to get special gloves. You have to get like condom gloves.
Did you say dick fingers?
Yeah. I want
The
Trojan
whole panel
gloves.
agrees. Dick fingers.
We all
the,
agree.
The balls, your stomach's gonna hurt constantly if you.
How about this? Let's make a variation on this. Is what if you didn't get the pain in your balls on your feet?
I'd probably go that way, so I don't look like I have 5 cocks on my hand.
Nah. I'm still going dick fingers. I just love
Yeah.
your confidence when you say, "Oh, definitely dick fingers."
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was like absolutely. And then I mean, when you flip someone off, you're just like flipping a dick at them too.
I'm gonna be
Like,
honest.
fuck you, and I can with this.
Yeah.
By the way, I agree. I kind of changed my answer now. Now, if the balls don't hurt when I stub my toe, I'm going ball feet.
Yeah,
because you can cover that up with
To hide
socks.
your weird
your
ball
mutation.
feet that you have to explain to everybody anytime that you take your shoes off and stuff.
I've
Like,
seen it.
hey, just so you know, I have to tell you something real fast.
Yeah. No, you match with them on Tinder or Bumble, and like, hey, before we meet up, I just gotta tell you.
I know we have a great connection.
Yeah,
I
if you have ball feet, all you have to worry about is the first time you go swimming. So if you meet her in winter, you're not gonna say shit for a while.
What if she has ball feet?
Then I'm breaking up with her. We're done. We're done.
Too much testosterone in that hoe.
Yeah.
That would be weird. She's like, I suffer from a rare
But
disorder.
Also, if she's really hot, I really wouldn't care because I'm not a foot guy. I don't really suck feet or lick toes. I'd rather lick an asshole than a foot. So I mean, I don't.
That's what I was going
Yeah.
to bring up next after you guys went through that. I was going to say, all right, so who's a toe sucker here? Would you then
Me,
be a ball
nigga.
sucker?
Yeah.
I'm king toe suck. You know, honestly, to
You
tell
give
the
a
truth-
lot of toe sucks?
No, here's the
I
truth.
thought you were a king toe cuck.
No, dude. Like, I sucked toes for the first time about 90 days ago. Don't ask me why I know that.
No, sure.
Sounds
And-
like you're on a probationary period.
His membership is being approved. Hold on.
And you know what? I enjoyed it. Because it was one of those things where I was really drunk and you have that really drunk sex. I was like, why not? Let's gamble.
Okay.
And I did it. I was like, damn, this is kind of fire.
I feel like when you're drunk, you notice that, like, especially if it's spontaneous like that, you didn't care or notice if the feet were dirty or if they stunk. out
Oh,
of
yeah,
socks
not
or anything
at
like that.
all.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I was faded. We were in the moment.
If you're real fucked up, nah.
I get real fucked up. I can still smell some stinky feet.
I mean-
yeah, no.
I've gotten pretty close to the booty before
Now-
and noticed there was nothing there when I was drunk. And then the next day I tried to get into the booty. I'm like,
Yeah, well, you made something there.
Well,
All that
right.
sweat, it
Well, right.
culminates in the cheekage.
it might have been my spit and stuff that gathered.
Yeah,
too
that's what I'm
later
saying.
on, so.
It's your vodka breath and like her farts from that she was holding. while you're
Mucus,
fucking
fucking-
her. Yeah. Well,
I'm just like,
That's what it sounds like.
how does it sound like? Sounds like my dog eating.
When you said
So
when
erotic.
you said stinky feet, even if you're drunk, I'm just picturing you angrily drunk, and you're just like, put your damn socks on.
Now,
Wash your fucking Crocs, bitch.
Hey, you walked outside today before you fucking put these socks on, didn't you?
Yeah.
I could taste that shit. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Queef Milk. Queef Milk, America's favorite dairy.
You know, we have some pretty raunchy episodes, but I feel like this is going to probably be the one that
gonna
we're
be up there.
both like, I can't cut a promo for this because it's all in words and raunch.
Well, I definitely won't be able to post it in the podcast groups. That's
Yeah.
for sure. You know, I'll get like silenced in Facebook jail for like
Are you
30
kidding
days.
me?
Yeah.
I thought you guys had balls. That's why I want to do this.
No, I
podcast.
mean, I will
How can
do
you
it.
tell? I got my shoes on.
I will do it, and we will likely get put in
Yeah.
Facebook jail.
No, from the last episode, I cut a promo where, you know that B-52 song, Love Shack? We remade it as Rape Shack, and we were singing it, and it was a great promo, but Jason's like, come on, you can't post
Yeah,
this.
that's wild, even for me.
I just know I can't post that
I'm
in
sick
places
of it.
I was going to post
I might
it,
just
yeah.
post it on my page personally.
You know, I think I did actually post it just on one because I have like 8 that I'll post it in, and I think I just did the one, like accidentally. I did that one, and I looked back for it again, and it wasn't there.
It was funny though. It was a funny story.
Got another question.
Wait, how do you get to Rape Shack?
It was a whole.
You know,
I was-
you live closer to Rape Shack than you might think.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
you are way closer to Rape Shack. It's 5 hours from me. It's like 4 from you. It was a thing about a comedy club I went to, and the guy, like the comedy, just real quick, just to skim over it. He had like a cabin in the woods that everybody was calling like a rape shack, and it used to have a hot tub, and the guy would try to get in the hot tub with the comics.
Everyone calls it a Rape Shack, pal.
Male
Yes,
and
they
female
do.
comics
And
trying to
the-
get in.
Yeah, and the comic that was here last week, or the last episode that we had on, I told him the story, and he said, when you said Rape Shack, I thought of that B-52 song. And me and Jason just started, Rape Shack
Is a little old place where
the clubs can rape your butt. Yeah, basically.
the hot tub's warm.
Yeah. But anyways, let's do this week's episode.
Anyway, so how about this? This can get a little creative. What was your just fuck this shit I'm out moment ever?
What do you mean?
All right, so
Because I had one yesterday where I literally asked them to leave.
okay, well no, I have one too. So and you were there with one of my fuck this shit I'm out
There
moments.
was a lot of you.
Yeah.
This.
So it was when you were dating some girl, and we went over to her place and her friend's place, and they had some friends over there.
Yeah.
And this one girl was sitting on the couch. I swear she was on something, and she was like all over me. And then the two guys
Yeah,
came in.
God forbid that.
No, I was fine with that. That's why I was fine with staying there. I was like, all right, this will work out, you know. And then these two guys come in, and they're like, they have their hairs like grease combed and shit. They look like rockabillys and shit. And that's when R. Kelly remixed to Ignition came out, and it was on the radio, and they turned that shit up, and boy, these boys were like harmonizing it, singing it, and shit. And it was just like, I was like, fuck this, man. I am out. I'm out. I was like, handshake, handshake, handshake. See you later.
Yeah,
Let me
I
get
was
your
there with
number.
my girlfriend at the time, and Jason looks at me and goes, fuck this, and stands up. I was like, come on, we're leaving.
And they're all like,
It's
was
time
it
to go.
something we did? And it's like, yes, motherfucker. It's something you did. It is. It's everything you did since you got here.
Yeah. Jason. And since then, anytime that song comes on, which sucks because I actually like it, Jason's like, no, turn that shit off. Fuck that shit.
That's all I think of.
Good song.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
When I was like 18, I had this Pontiac Grand Prix.
Okay.
And I bought it for like, the only reason why I bought this car was because when I got there, she's like, it's got power locks and power windows. Like right then, at that age, I didn't have that car kind of like that
Those
technology. Yeah, it wasn't. I think before that I had a Jeep Wrangler. No, a Jeep
I had a
Cherokee.
few cars where you had to, even my Ford
Yeah.
Probe didn't have electric windows. It was just stupid.
Well, I went there. She gave me like the old key fob that I could do all that from a thing. That's how she did it. She's like, "Here's this Pontiac Grand Prix, beep beep," and I'm like, "Whoa, fuck yeah!"
Whoa,
Like-
it locks from over here.
And if you guys know me, I lose things a lot, so I'll misplace things, and so I was like misplacing my keys. So this lady sells me on this car. I have it for a month, and I drove from New Hampshire to Oklahoma. And I was having weird problems with it. And like one of them is like one of my friends had fell asleep on the back window and it stayed down the entire time after that. Like we had it down for like 2 or 3 days. And so we had to put a bag, do that thing,
Yeah, yeah.
put a bag over your window. And that was much worse because I'm doing like 80 and it's
They
just
call that Oklahoma City chic.
Yeah. I know if anybody fucks around in my car and like anything with I'm like, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Put the window up.
Yeah.
Do it. All right.
the thing is we make it back on the trip and like so we're listening to this podcast that's talking about like people who get abducted by UFOs.
Nice.
And so everybody's kind of just like already like, oh God, this is creepy. It's like 2:00 in the morning. We're on a back road in New York State, and
So scared right now.
the car just starts going. The car just goes and just dies.
Like I've seen this setup before.
The car just dies, and one of my friends looks at me, and he immediately goes, "I'm not getting fucking abducted." Like he's mad about this, and I'm like, I didn't think about it at that time. I was like, "What's wrong with my car?" But then I thought that too, and I'm like, "There's no car in sight." Well, finally, after like 20 minutes, we see a car in the distance, and we're like, "I hope it's a car." Like situation. I'm like, "I hope this isn't where," and then it was a cop. He comes over, we get the car. He helps us take the car to an auto place. They go over there and literally try and crank the engine. Doesn't crank. I say, fuck it. And we just got bus and went right back to New Hampshire. I left my car in New York State. They didn't buy it from me or anything. I said, fuck that car. I'm done with it.
That's a New York, Kansas City shuffle. I can't even say it. New York turns your car off as soon as you left, turned right on. They're like, all right, let's piece it out.
Dude, I honestly think about that now because I'm like, I know nothing about cars. So I just went on the judgment of a half turn.
Yeah. He just didn't step on the brake all the way to start it back. He's like,
You're
"Fuck
lucky
this."
it wasn't the kind of cop that we encountered once where we were like had a van stuck in
Oh,
the
yeah.
dirt and this cop's come by. We're like, oh hey, and he just drives by and he looks. He's like,
Yeah.
just drives off.
Yeah, we were stuck in the sand in
No!
this big van, and I'm like jumping and waving at this cop, and he literally, like Jay said, he looks at us and he's like, kept going.
Tax dollars at work.
not helping these guys out.
You got to fuck this, I'm out moment.
Yeah, I remember like when I was like a sperm in my dad's ball sack, like in
The ultimate fuck this, I'm out.
we was all swimming and shit.
All my
this.
brothers are just all over me. And fucking
I didn't want to be alive. I didn't want to be here because I knew I would just like come to places like this and just be like nigger, and I knew what I would be as a person. So we were all debating in the
not
ball
cool.
sack, and somebody said something
This
really
podcast
gay,
is supposed to be for everyone.
and I just got mad, and I just went straight for the egg. Like there was this weird rush, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna beat these motherfuckers. I'm out, nigga. Like, and then I fertilized the egg, and now here we are, nigger.
the soft day was better. I
Back
like
to
that.
you, Tom.
Yeah. I feel uncomfortable.
I felt like we were in a regular conversation with the soft day, but when we
Yeah.
got to the hard R, that's when it felt like, you know.
When I was younger, I was at a like I thought when I was in high school, I thought I was like gangster or whatever. I had like 2 pagers and shit, one for the hoes, one for the bros, and fucking selling weed, buying like a QP, thinking I'm weed rich and shit. And I'm at my friend's house. Yeah,
I'm picturing what that is right now.
yeah, and there's like an ounce of seeds in it because this is that Mexican brick weed. This is the '90s.
Your money phone is like
you definitely had a
$1,500 of ones, right?
Yeah, 15. I wish, dude. That's
Did you have a gold chain?
400. Dude, I had multiple gold
Yeah, I
chains.
had
I
multiple.
had gold hoop earrings.
Did
dude.
you have Jinkos?
I didn't wear Jinkos around that part of town, but I was wearing Dickies.
Oh.
But I'm there at my friend's house.
Los
and, like,
Locos kick your ass.
we're weighing out like dime sacks and shit, and like his brother and their gangster friends came home. And they're like just giving a shit, but they were being cool. But then one of them like just pulls his gun out and sets it on the table, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And he's like, "Where you going? What, are you scared?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking scared." And then I left.
As you're leaving.
I was like, "I don't need to be around a gun." I was like, "I don't really need to sell drugs either."
You're like, I just like to wear the uniform of a gangster. I'm not really one.
yeah. I just like the Chick-fil-A shirt. I don't want to serve no chicken. I'm done.
That shit cracks me up because I knew, like, growing up, like 1,000 of you. Like, oh, I got a QP. We lit. Like,
Yeah.
we the plug now.
Yeah, no. And then you front some to a friend and they rip you off because you're a pussy.
And the fact you don't kick their ass or break their knees shows that everybody can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're done.
No, I'll just go buy a sack to smoke on.
And then everybody keeps calling you like, hey, you want to front a pound, bro?
No, I don't.
Hey, you
have
want
it.
to front a
Nah,
pound?
I don't do it no more.
You
Man.
wanna-
I'm out. I'm out.
Hey, you know I'm good for it.
Yeah, I know you are, but I don't have it. I'm out.
Who's
dude.
your boy?
Yeah.
You know?
Who's your boy?
I think when I was like 16, you know how I knew people who were successful kind of doing like selling pot were the ones who actually were able to afford to like fix their cars.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
like,
It's true.
if you saw somebody show up in like a Toyota and it had a clicking noise, and then like 2 weeks later you saw them, and you're like, what happened to the Toyota? It's like, dude, I got this Honda Civic. And it's just like you went to a new thing. You're not selling just weed anymore, are you?
Yeah.
You're
You
making
upgraded.
you're making lateral moves,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Your business plan isn't working.
You're on cocaine now. Good for you. Do you have any more would you rather's? Do you want to move on?
Are we on time or what?
Yeah, we got time for another would you rather
Well, it's not a would you rather, but
or whatever.
sure. So, actually, I meant to even mention this last week and we ran out of time. So, is there a moment that you ever had that made you kind of die a little bit inside? This was like a question I read on Reddit. We'll credit this to Reddit. And people wrote some funny shit. And there was, I just want to read a couple of quick things. One person said when they were interviewing someone for a job, they sneezed and farted at the same time. They still got the job. So they were like, it felt really
I've
embarrassed.
farted in many.
Wait, the
interviews.
interviewers?
No, the person that was getting interviewed.
Oh, okay.
Here's another one where a lady said, I took a homeless girl for lunch, and the cafe didn't take cards, so the homeless girl had to pay for our lunch. So like she felt really shitty about that. Here was the thing that I was thinking was my brother and I, we used to record things off the radio and like whatever, just music and stuff like that. And he got a new radio for Christmas, and I remember I was just like fucking around. I always walked around him and farted and stuff. So I like walked over like past his stereo and I like pulled down my pants to fart on it, and I shat on his stereo. Yeah, and I shat on his.
You took a shit on his radio.
It splat a little shat on his fucking stereo.
Yeah, and they called it Igloo Radio.
Hey, yo, fuck you, dude.
And as we got older, he like never let me fucking live that down. He like always brought that shit up around people, and I'm like, shut the fuck. Like, remember when you shat on my? He's like, hey Jay, remember when you shat on my fucking stereo?
Yeah.
Remember that?
It was playing Remix to Ignition. That's why Jason hates that song. Oh man.
What made you die a little inside? Just something embarrassing.
So many things. Like when I was in high school, I got a car when I was 14. I'm Mexican, so I already had 3 jobs when I was born. And I had a car when I was 14, and like my parents, like I was their youngest kid, so they gave up raising me. Or like I was raised by a TV and root beer basically, and I would like pick up my friends. We drive around on back roads, get high. I was always the one like pick up a bunch of girls. It's me, my friend, and 4 girls in a Ford Probe, and it can barely fit me in there. And we're driving around these back roads, and like like when I was younger too. I was kind of like scared of girls. I was kind of a pussy, not like now, but
like when you were in your 20s, right?
Yeah, not like when I was 36, but. We're driving around these back roads, and it's looking good with one of these girls, and I hit like it's back roads are gravel, and like sometimes the big trucks come through and they'll make like a big hole from their big ass tires, and like I'm passing the blunt back and I'm driving, and I'm passing to the one that I think I have a chance with, and I had a pothole, and kind of similar situation. We hit the pothole and I sharted. It was just a loud, stinky fart, and they didn't know that I sharted. I never let that up, but like I pulled over and said I had to pee, and I walked out because we're in the middle of nowhere, and I walked out and like took my pants off in my underwear and like folded my underwear and like wiped myself with it and just threw it in this field. Put my pants back on. We start making out. And later, and then we're like rubbing on each other. She's like, "Why aren't you wearing underwear?" And she totally shamed me for that. And I'm like, "If you only know what the real shame here is, I shit myself not 20 minutes ago, ma'am."
And you're touching my junk.
Yeah.
There might be some yellow juice in it.
Yeah.
Fucking
But
E. coli, let's
she-
go.
She made me feel and like made fun of me for being weird for not wearing underwear, and I still never told her that I shit my pants. But when I got home, I checked, and I'm like, it would have been bad if I took my pants off because I didn't get it all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very embarrassed.
I love that both of y'all stories is about just like shitting. Like literally, you died inside. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, my brother ended up bringing that up to like girls, other people I was trying to be friends with more, and like he's like, if it ever mattered that story didn't come up, my brother would always come out and say that story to people all the time. Yeah.
Did he tell you when he shit on that radio?
He said it at Thanksgiving. He said it at Christmas. He brought it up every year. Like it was the recurring thing that everybody kept hearing about, that I shat on a stereo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What made you die inside a little bit?
dude, I don't know. All I can go to right now is like one time, like when I was like 16, I was at a house party. I was drunk as shit, and I was wasted, and somebody gave me a cigarette, and like it was like the last like cigarette at the house party, because when you're at that age, like you can barely even get cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I had like
I could.
the last cigarette at that fucking party, and I accidentally broke it.
Ooh.
And I literally, in front of everybody, just broke down and just started crying.
Yeah, like the fucking
You
black guy.
cried?
Like I legit cried. I remember like people would not let me live it down because they were, bro, you were like saying they killed Stogie and just like crying because I'm just
killed
wasted out of my
Stogie?
mind.
That they call you Stogie or the cigarette?
The
Stogie?
cigarette.
Oh, okay.
And it-
Stogie.
And I was just breaking down crying, and then like I was so wasted, and then like the next day when I was like sober and I realized what I'd done in front of like all my peers, I was just like, wow, I really cried over a broken cigarette. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't deserve to be
Were
here.
they mostly white or a good mix of people?
It was a good mix of people.
Okay, I'll say if they were like mostly the one they told the story the next day, they were like the black guy broke the cigarette.
I was one of like
You're
3 black people at that
calling me
party.
out.
The black guy broke the cigarette.
Also, John, why don't you go sit outside for a little bit?
I disagree. I don't think he should. The other 50% of the show, I think he should just stay right where he is. Yeah.
I prefer John in here with all the lights on.
Yeah.
So we can see him.
Just so we see where you are. Yeah. All right.
Nigger.
Time to spin the wheel. Here we go.
You know, I'm just gonna go through and edit this to say every time you say the N word, it's just gonna say fire truck.
You should do that. That would be amazing. Or just like go like old school and just like a scratch on a sample.
Yeah.
I want to know how many videos you're gonna have to watch how to learn to do that.
I have an idea of how to do it. I can just cut one of them out and just keep inserting it. Copy. Yeah.
All right. I underestimated your skills. Sorry.
Yeah. As always.
Oh, is this my question?
We're all looking at you, pal.
When I was,
Google it, pal.
I remember one time I was just like, I was trying to impress a girl when I was in school, and
You shat on her.
Yeah, it's a gross night. No, I had this like habit of like trying to do like stupid stuff, like jackass stuff, like I'm gonna jump off this, I'm gonna fly into this. I was in the back of a pickup, and there was this bush coming up, and I thought to myself, I'm like, the vehicle's not going.
Well,
that
was
way.
the bush in her pants, or was it an actual bush?
An actual bush?
Okay.
Like there was like
I saw the
a
setup on
shrubbery
that one.
in the distance.
Pubes, baby.
But no, we were pulling up to this house, and I knew that they had this like this bush area out there, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be hilarious? Because she'll probably find it funny if I jump out of the back of this vehicle into that bush.
Dive right into that bush.
Yeah.
That'll cost like
She'll be
$250
so
to
horny
replace.
If I kill myself right now. She'll be so wet if I snap my neck.
Well, no, she may be taking the Joe approach, where it's like you get beat up, and all the women are like, "Oh, what happened? Are you hurt?"
I can. Fix
Well, mostly it was like, oh my god, that was crazy. How'd you do that? But you're like, I'm okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what went wrong is I jumped out of the back of the vehicle. It was probably going like 15, 20, kind of slowing down. But I didn't realize that there was a giant branch in the middle of it. And so what happened is I jumped to kind of do like a front flip a little bit, but like I didn't even do that. I landed on my side, hit all of my side into that branch, and you just heard this loud like that, and then my head smacked into the ground, not ground, but like grass, like really hard.
Yeah.
And I got a concussion, like
I
a
feel
minor
like there was some
concussion.
hematoma the next
Yeah,
day.
you jumped
Some
out of a
swelling.
moving vehicle. We didn't mean die like physically. We meant like mentally hurting yourself.
Well, no,
That embarrassed me. I almost died. I was a little embarrassed.
The thing is, this is what I died inside is because that wasn't that girl.
Oh shit!
Wrong house.
No, it was just somebody who looked like her at the house that I was going to.
So it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, then after that, they all told her, they're like, oh, Adrian did this stupid thing. And then I never really talked to her again after that. I was just like, oh, wow, I didn't even fell in front of her. But
She was like, you guys, you guys were talking about me
yeah.
when I wasn't there. Okay, I don't want nothing to do with you guys then.
Yeah. She wasn't there because she was blowing a real man.
Probably. Absolutely.
The teacher.
He wanted to get blown. He's like, but I want to have her blow me.
This is my time.
You know, it really turns them on when you break everything in your body and they're like, oh, he's so hot. Now get on top of me.
I've broken so many bones, though. So.
And so many boners.
Those two, did. Probably more than that. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So, now let's move on. Let's do the open mic. Let me grab this setup. So I'm going to kind of face this so the camera can see it.
What if you did the angle this way and the angle this way like we did before?
Oh, here you do it.
Let's start
So
over this
stupid.
way. Here, just go right here. That automatically makes you the first one to do it. You want to explain it?
Yeah, so what you do, give it a good hard spin. Don't do it lightly, but give it a good spin so it
Like
goes all the way
Wheel of Fortune?
around. And I'm explaining, don't interrupt. And give it a good
If
hard
you
spin.
listen, you'll know.
And whatever it lands on, we'll all just riff on it. But yeah, just whichever direction you want to spin it to you, away from you. There's all kinds of different topics on there. We switch them out. We try to not keep the same one on too long. You almost got free reign. What is that?
What do we got? We got what I hate about comedy.
What I hate about comedy.
What do
Who
you
wants to
hate
go
about comedy?
first? I hate the politics.
I don't like the way he looked at it.
Yeah.
I hate that all you comedians think that you guys are already fucking celebrities already.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Do you know who the fuck I am? No, don't put it down. You got
Well, I
my
was
spin?
just getting it out of our way.
No, cover his face.
All right. Here.
No, I'm just playing. What do you hate about? I hate the politics. I hate the bullshit. Like, it's not like you can just be super funny like me and then make it. You have to play the fucking game.
Anything
You gotta
organized is
net-
going
I
to
feel
have
like this
bullshit.
is a dangerous subject for me to talk about because, like, when I have like free open to it, I'll just go on about it.
There we go.
I mean, I'll tell you
Well,
one
no
thing.
one listens to this, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
And let's do 3 minutes or less.
Let's say, like,
Yeah.
my biggest thing that I hate.
Start a timer. I'll light you in a minute.
Yeah, give me a light at 2.
These are all the things you hate about comedy.
What I hate
right?
about comedy is the light. I hate getting the light. Do you know how long it takes for me to get my magic out?
I think the one thing I hate is, like, I understand that, like, in this style in comedy, you're gonna get new people a lot, but it comes in fluctuations. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, every few months there's a whole new crew of people, and then after a while I'm like, who the fuck are all these people?
I don't like when I think it's super disrespectful when you have people like that come out and they think they just control the place now. They think, oh, like, hey, I killed it. I had like 2 really good minutes the other night and blah, blah, blah. It's like, good. That's good, man. Keep working on it. But then they feel like they can judge people. They feel like they can just be dicks.
Well, they want to fit in the circle.
Well, then they...
Yeah, but
they,
like all of us, this is the thing.
wanna feel
Let me just
accepted.
say this real quick. Like, I was talking about this with somebody recently, but when I came into comedy, we kind of had to earn our place among the cool group or whatever the fuck you want to
And
call
you're still
it.
in like the C or the B tier, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not even. They don't let me in to anything. But like some of these new people come and like you said, they'll have 1 or 2 good sets, and they're like, "Why am I in third block?" And they'll come up to your group of friends and they'll try to roast you and act like they're already acclimated. And I'm not saying like we're better than you, but we're definitely better than you. So like work your way into it. Let me see you stick around for 6 months. I bomb way more than I go up there and kill it or succeed, but that's part of comedy. Let me see you go through some of these fucking rougher times instead of bringing your friends to one mic, having a good set, now thinking you can come up and roast us and control things.
So sit down, bitch. Be humble.
Yeah, fucking earn that shit. Earn your fucking right. Earn your stripes.
I think that we still interrupted your thought, though.
And so, like, no, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Well, no, and the other thing, it's like, so it goes along that line of like, so people try, like, I understand like what everybody's doing. Everybody's trying to get time. Everybody's got to also realize too that like nothing's given to you. Like, especially into this is the kind like being in comedy is you've got to earn your way the whole way through. And it's dude, I've told these people, there's going to be times when this sucks ass. You're going to do this for a month and be like, fuck, all I've been doing is open mics. I haven't done anything at all. God, I'm not making money a damn bit from this. But I'm like, you've got to push past that. But like every one of them think they're going to get a Netflix special. They think that's what comes first.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask you, Mike, especially because you did door-to-door sales with me too previously, is like, can you compare like comedy to like doing your dirt at door-to-door sales?
Yeah, and you've seen that situation where we hire a new guy and they're kind of cool, but then they like when we were like associates and we're like we've earned our way up through their system or whatever, and people want to walk up and act like they have the same privileges that we do, and it's like, no, dude, we fucking had to work our fucking balls off to get here.
But you're gonna have good days, bad days, in between days. It's gonna suck. You're gonna hate it.
Up there, it's still just like that. It's a lot like the door-to-door crews as far as like the cliques and friend groups and stuff like that. You know, like there's people we'd work with that we'd hang out with at work, but when we'd go out, there's only these friends we'd hang out with because it's like now it's a work thing. If you're here, we don't know you that well yet. It's not that we think you're a bad person. I just don't fucking know you.
Well, it's almost like anything organized too. It's almost like fucking like Cosa Nostra too. You're like, hey, you're not gonna get in my fucking circle unless you fucking prove yourself.
Yeah. He's not a good guy yet.
He's not a good guy. He's not a good fella.
Well, so like I said, like at the end of the day, like with comedy, like it's a job. Like it's like any other job.
Take that shit serious. Bro.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like it is what it is. Like the thing is, like you said, 6 months, right? I believe the first 3 months of your writing, like that's when comics I think need to be writing.
What did I say about 6 months?
Like to make it, like if they want to do this.
Oh yeah,
like to decide.
I
if
want
that's
to see
your
you
thing.
stick around. Actually, I want to see you longer because I mean I know people that I am friends with and I do talk to, but they come around like once every year, or they'll come around for like 4 months and then they're gone for a couple years, and they come around for 4 months and then when they come back they're like, oh, why am I not getting booked? I'm like, dude, you just took a 2-year vacation.
Well, they're
I've been
battling
here the whole time working my fucking balls
Yeah,
off.
they're battling that whole thing about like, are you going to make the time for it or not? You know,
Yeah,
and they're
and-
not. The other things are more important.
And that's fine. I'm not saying you're a bad person. That's your life. It's your choice. And I get some people have college, they got jobs and all that, and that's fine. But
But unless you
position my
just
life
kill,
to do
fucking
this.
step aside for the people that are already standing in line.
And
right?
even
Yeah.
then, you're kind of stepping on the people who've worked their ass off to get here. I mean, of course, you'll still get booked if you're that funny, but at the
we'll
same
kick
time,
your ass, right?
Yeah, I'll flatten the tires and show up to your show. Be like, I don't know where Jimmy is, but I'm here if you need somebody.
Like I can't stress this enough. Like 3 months writing period. Like that needs to be when you're working on what your set's going to be, what you want to do with this. And then after 6 months, that's when you start to realize like I'm going to see these people probably a lot more than I see my actual, like, you know, friends. Oh yeah, holy shit. I did that again. But yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Well, you got 1 minute left. Fill it. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. See, for me, I'm not to just disagree with you, but everybody works in a different way. So I mean, some people want to sit and write for a long time or for whatever time. Just just keep coming out. The only way you're going to get better is by coming out here and doing it and actually going up, whether you have material or not. Because you're, in my mind, just as a generalization, your first year or so, whatever time it is, isn't really about your material or your jokes or your delivery. It's about getting comfortable on stage and getting comfortable with being able to find a way to be yourself up there. Okay. And I think the first year, that's what matters more than just trying to write that first killer joke or whatever. And I mean, I did the same thing. I mean, you know me, Jason, for 20 years. I rush into everything as soon as I get like a little taste of something I like. I want the next thing. I want the next thing. I want the next thing. But I'm a sink or swim guy. Like, I'll figure it out if I get up there. Some people want that thing and they get it, and then they can't really. They kind of pitter out after that. Me, I'm just like, man, I fucked up, but next time I'm gonna do it even better.
I'll give you credit. You do that.
Yeah.
You actually beat yourself up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody can beat me up worse than I can, dude.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's go next. You, what do you hate about
Damn it.
comedy?
Yeah, I was about to say, I really want to chime in on this
Yeah,
topic.
go for
Like,
it, dude.
I like honestly, bro.
So let's go ahead and spin the. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep doing that. I talk too much.
No, I honestly like. I don't know. I really don't like comedians. If that makes any sense.
It makes total
Like,
sense.
because it's like, okay, like, so like, what I don't like about certain comedians, like, is I don't like how it's like some people act like they don't get it, meaning like, they'll always tell you, oh, don't tell that joke because blah, blah, blah. That's like hacky and this and that. It's like, bro, let me work it out. Like, mind your business.
That's your shit.
Like,
Yeah.
let me just do my shit. Like,
That's my shit.
I don't care if I'm working on a bit and it might take me like fucking 3 months to get it to where it needs to be.
Dude,
Stop coming
yeah.
up to me with your fucking cliff notes, dog. Like leave
Because
me the
that doesn't
fuck
work
alone.
for you, it doesn't mean it's not going to work for me.
And also,
Yeah.
like, it's just like certain mentalities. Like, I've had so many extensive conversations with comics about certain rules. I personally feel like comedy really doesn't have any rules, you know?
Essentially.
everything's on the table with comedy, right?
And-
Like Love and War, it's all on the table.
And then I'll meet these motherfuckers who try to tell me, oh, no, you got to do it like this because that's the rule and blah, blah. I'm like, there's no fucking rules, bro. Are you funny or not?
Yeah.
Like, can you
Thank
do
you,
time?
yeah.
Like,
And if there were
can you
rules,
control a crowd? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
if
Like,
there were rules, who are the people that are enforcing this shit? Because I don't see those motherfuckers around here. I'm gonna do me. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and besides all that, like, if anybody has a note on my set or whatever, like other comics, like, so I work with other comics and they'll give me, like, good tags, I'll give them tags. Like, if you have an opinion or something like that, just remember it's an opinion. But don't go around telling other comics what to do. Or
Here's
how
what
to
you
their
should
comedy.
do. Now, what you should do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. But if they have, like, hey, here's a thought I had. Maybe if you said this or went in this direction. I get that.
Yeah.
But when, like you said, when people come up, they're like, oh, don't do that joke or this. How about you mind your fucking business? Some of my best jokes that I know work all over the country have taken me 2-3 years to get them to know to where they are, to where I know I can do it this way when I'm in Indiana or I do it
Exactly.
this way when I'm in Houston.
Well, yeah, especially if it's part of your act and somebody's coming up and shitting on it afterwards, and you're just like, kind of. That's what.
Well, that's what I mean
do.
about
What are you
like
talking about?
like comics act like they don't get it. It's like I know you've had bits that took you forever to work out
Yeah.
that were fucking garbage at the beginning. Like, let me do my shit. Like,
Yeah.
because I operate by the rules of look, I'll take your advice and your opinions if I ask.
So it
And,
sounds.
and I even move that way with other people because there'd be mad people. I want to say shit, but I'm like, don't say anything because you know if they did that to you, you would be heated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
Like
same,
so,
yeah.
but
It's
if they ask me, I'll be like, all right, yeah, like blah blah blah. I'll throw out my 2 cents, but I just don't like the 2 cents. And I don't care if you've been doing it longer than me. Like maybe if it was like, if I was in the room with like I don't know, like like a legend, like fucking Seinfeld or something, and he was giving me like some tips, I'll take it, motherfucker. Mikey B, fucking do a comedy 5 years. Keep your bullshit to yourself. I don't give a damn, nigga. Like.
But the thing
Like-
is, too, like, I think in comedy, you have to learn, because people are going to do that either way. And instead of getting mad about it, now, I just keep in mind when they're talking, I'm probably just dazing off. But I also know, like, listen to everybody's advice, but you can pick and choose what to keep, because not everybody's advice works for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people will give me advice, and I might hate that person, but they give me a good tag. I'm like, I'll keep that. But then people I like will give me advice, but I'm like, but that just doesn't work for me. And that's
Yeah.
okay. It's nothing against them or me. It's just, it's not for me.
I feel like if I was a comedian and people are just throwing their 2 cents at me a whole bunch of times, I would just probably take most and be like, okay, cool.
Well, no,
Yeah,
like
that's
And
what I
then
do.
just go
I'm
do whatever
also-
I'm going to do anyway.
That's what I do. I say, "Oh, thanks, man. Cool," and then I walk away.
Cool.
I'm also more talking about not necessarily like the tag stuff. It's just like these like fake rules that people make up with it. Like, bro,
Rule of 3 or the fucking.
well, no, that's like a real rule, but that's just like a writing thing. You know, that's not
Well,
like
more of well, hey, you shouldn't
like-
do a joke like that because that doesn't work with this time era now.
or
That
like
doesn't-
that's low hanging fruit. Like it's like, bro, grow up.
So
I don't
what?
care.
Hey,
Like
the bottom fruit tastes
I'm not
nice.
like a fucking. You're a fucking alt comic, dude. Like That's not my shit. Comedy has different styles. Like just because I want to make a joke about like Martin Luther King womanizing, like they're like, oh, that's low hanging fruit. That's fucking hacky. This blah blah blah. It's like, bro, like you're gonna go up there and tell a joke about your fucking kids and your marriage, blah blah blah. Like let me do my shit.
yeah,
like,
who's
stay
appears
over
more
there.
hacky actually
Yeah.
at the end of the day on those? Yeah.
Yeah, do you have something?
Yeah, I wanted to say. No, I totally agree with that. And my whole thing is like one thing that is really annoying is you'll have people be like, well, my dad is out there, or my mom is out there, or my girlfriend's out there.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
They chose to come to a comedy show.
Have you ever had anybody actually? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Have you had anyone say be like, "Hey, because my in-laws are
absolutely.
out there"? Like,
100%.
I had
shit.
this joke. I was just thinking this. I'll make it quick to interject. But I had this joke where I was talking about where we reappropriate the word retard because you shouldn't just go around calling people retards. I get that. But I had a joke about like where to appropriate it, and I won't tell the joke or go through that. But a lady in the crowd, I'm at an open mic, but it was packed and it was a good night, and I was having a good set. I was closing on this joke, and this lady goes, "Hey, my cousin's retarded," and I said, "Bitch, I'm sure she brags about you too." Yeah, and I was like, "What do you? What if you wait and hear what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You'll actually see that I fucking agree with you, you fucking idiot. Like I'm trying to get there." But people are just listening for words to be triggered, and other comics do that too. I've had comics come up to me after a show and say,
It's
like,
not
give me
PC.
their notes, like, "Oh, that joke is this," or like, you've heard my breakfast in bed joke a million times. I hate telling it now because it's old, and I'm just moving on. But I tried to have someone tell me that was a rape joke, and there's literally no sex in the joke, and I was like, okay, I like your.
There
opinion.
is an insinuation, but that's what makes the joke funny.
I said, tell me where the sex is. Tell me where the rape actually happens in that joke. And they couldn't. I was like, see, you're not listening to the words I'm saying. You're listening for the words you want to hear to come talk to me about.
yeah, I'm not
And
here
that's
for
it.
a
That's
rape.
the point.
I'm here for a 211. I'm breaking into the bitch's house. I'm not
This
actually
is a
trying to rape
robbery.
him.
It's
Yeah.
not a rape.
I want to
need
make sure I
gas
can
money.
get out with bond on this one and not be held.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
Let's move on. We're getting kind of tight on time. You want to give us a spin here, John?
No, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
give it a good hard spin.
What you got?
And I just wrote this one on the other day. Party list. What's
Party
your
list.
party list? What do you bring to a party? How do you get ready? Any of that stuff. What would be?
Can I throw one out first?
Yeah.
I've always been known for this too in my circles. Is I always make like 2 large gallon bottle shots of just a mixed drink so that nobody has to actually because I end up always being the bartender and I don't want to stop my shit and do it. So
When you're not
I have
there,
the
I
shots.
am.
I have
Yeah.
the shots ready to go and tell me what night have I ever brought the shots that
Oh,
people
they're
weren't
always
fucked
good.
up.
Jason makes.
No,
he'll
not
make
even
these-
good. Not even good because I've made bad ones.
Yeah.
But what nights are people not fucked up?
Oh,
on that
we're all
shit?
fucked because
Fucked
Jason's just
up.
pouring 4 different kinds of Svedka into a gallon.
You
I'm sure
Ukrainian piece of shit.
Yeah, that
Boris
is
wants his
planned. That
envelope.
is what I do. You know?
Boris wants his envelope. But like for me, like I always bring some weed, even if it's not that kind of party. I'm gonna have it on me just in case.
Police, listen.
Yeah, shut up. And maybe edibles if I have them. And like I make sure I stock up. I have cigarettes. I get ready, and I bring something. Usually like a bottle of tequila. I brought one last night to the party.
I will say you're a cordial guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I show up and I bring stuff, and when mine's out, I use yours.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We use mine.
Okay.
What about you? How do you get ready? What's your thing for a party that you need to bring with?
Honestly, bro, it's pretty much the same shit. I try not to come like empty-handed, you know. I don't want to be the guy who's like, "Hey, heard you guys got a keg, couple bottles."
Do you got anything in the freezer too?
Like I'll bring like a 6 or a 12, you know, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes
you
I'll
usually
bring
drink about 17.
bring like a 30, you know what I'm saying? A bottle.
I contributed.
Definitely condoms because you know what's fucked up? I always
Here we
feel
go.
like
Oh, you fuck? My bad. I didn't know.
no, but I always feel like when I don't bring condoms, the
need 'em.
opportunity to get laid always happens. And then when I do bring condoms, nothing. But I bring them anyway because I'm just like, you never know. It happens.
When I bring them, nobody wants nothing to do. But if I don't have condoms, if I'm out here without a safety net, they're like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
want to walk on this wire?"
and I'm just like, fuck, am I going to gamble?
Is it awkward to ask other people for condoms too? And you
Yeah.
just go, "Hey, get a condom."
And
Like,
even
hey,
if-
Mikey B wants a condom.
He shat on the stereo.
And the
Who
thing
you
is-
fucking Jessica? Jessica?
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, but either way, I don't use condoms, so I don't know why we have them.
Yeah, fuck him.
I definitely use condoms. If I didn't, I'd be like this motherfucker with a teenage.
That's it. Well, see, and I curbed that after it happened. I used the IUD. That's what I use now. So
No, I do use condoms. I was kidding.
to jerk off.
What about you, Adrian? What's your party list? What do you bring to the table?
I usually have like 5 pre-rolls on me.
Okay, nice.
It's a good conversation starter. Plus, you can always, like, for me, I've always been distinct of finding the potheads at any party. It's super easy.
It's the party.
Yeah.
I only go to parties that are full of potheads.
Yeah, like I'm not going to a party. They're like, oh, what is it? We're having a wine. I don't know. Like
you
we're
don't
having a
swallow
wine party.
the wine, you spit it out.
Yeah. Oh God, imagine the nightmare of that.
Ugh.
But no, weed, cigarettes. Definitely need cigarettes. I usually sometimes don't even bring alcohol, especially if they're like, oh, there'll be beer, because I'm like, sweet. I'm bringing like a lot of weed, so that will.
It kind of balances
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And you probably smoke freely. Like, let's light one up. Here you go.
Yeah,
So
like-
that contributes.
Yeah, I'll do that too. At the party, the last one too, last night, I brought a bunch of joints, and people were like, "Oh, I want to smoke some." I was like, "Here, like this."
What about if you get to the point you're getting low and people are like, hey, you got any more of those joints? And you're just like, I feel like you're using me now.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, that was definitely Mikey around like 1:30. You want to be
No,
more
yeah,
just like, I heard you went to your house and got some cigarettes.
And, yeah, I had to come back here and get cigarettes. Luckily, the party's only a mile away, but at one point I was like, "Nah, man, you guys are at your limits. Your credit's maxed. I'm sorry."
You're like, I don't want to fucking
Cigarettes.
DoorDash this shit for $40 for
Yeah.
2 packs of cigarettes.
I'm gonna
man.
come ask a favor from you one day, and you have to return it.
Remember last night? Let me make you a deal.
Yeah, no.
I kept
John
saying
kept
that
coming
too.
up to me like, "Let's make a deal," and I was like, "Fuck you, come."
I don't want to be locked in any shoddy drunk talk with you.
Yeah,
Fuck
I was
that.
like, no,
Hell
I'm
I just
not-
wanted a cigarette so bad. I was like, dude, I'll buy you a pack of cigarettes tomorrow if you just, just pretty much give me the rest of your cigarettes.
His credit was maxed eating.
Like, I appreciate your offer. I will counter with no.
But
And
I'll
for
help
that,
him
for
find
that reason,
somebody.
I'm out.
It was equivalent to signing up to like the Walmart credit card. It's like, I didn't get it, or that 15% discount. Damn it.
All right, I'm not even gonna give it a spin. We're getting kind of tight on time, so let's go ahead and move on and do some true crime.
Time for crime stories, bitch. Bitch.
Refresh crime.
All right, so we have a Las Vegas man. I think you guys can relate to this because we've all had this idea probably or had this conversation before. We have a Las Vegas van passenger shoves a cyclist to her death, and then he falls out of the window himself.
Did he die?
You'll have to find out.
All right.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys may pass by. You're like, I could just totally push that person off on that bike right
hit
there.
somebody
Like,
with a
ever
loaf
you
of
think
bread.
of it, you don't do it.
I had a loaf of bread once. There was a kid that like the
shit.
movie Friday. He kept knocking over my trash cans.
Yeah.
I was a teenager. I was driving home and I had to pick that shit up and I just hit him with a loaf of bread across the back and he fell off his
Did
bike.
it explode?
No,
And he fell off the bike?
he fell off the bike.
Listen to the
doing
story.
like
Your bread was intact. Like,
Bread was ruined.
All right, how about this? A man randomly shoved a Las Vegas cyclist to her death from the window of a minivan, only to fall out of the vehicle himself and die.
Good. Instant karma.
According to police, Michelle Wiseman, 55, was riding her bike on Sunday morning. This literally just happened like 2 weeks ago. When the passenger in a burgundy minivan leaned out of the window and pushed her to the ground. But as he swung, Giovanni Barajas? I can't do it. Barajas?
Yeah.
I should have
close
just said it
enough.
like that the first time.
Yeah,
Barajas. Okay. And he's 20. He tumbled out of the window and skidded on the asphalt for about 150 feet before hitting a traffic light pole, and he was killed. Wiseman, meanwhile, was declared dead at the scene, this woman that fell from the injuries that she sustained in her fall. It's an absolute senseless act, the homicide lieutenant that was there said to the outlet that's reporting in the Las Vegas area. There's no reason behind this I can tell you what occurred other than complete stupidity. Monday rolled around, and they arrested the van's driver, a man named Rodrigo Cruz, and charged him with 2 felony counts of failure to stop at a scene of a crash and parole violation, obviously. So, in a 2016 robbery case, that's why he ran. Has to be.
Yeah.
Why didn't he say? Why wasn't he still there? He denied the investigators that he had intentionally driven in a way to allow Barajas to shove the woman. He said that he didn't stop after his friend fell out the window because he was scared since he was on parole and he didn't think he was hurt that badly. So
Yeah.
he just
Plus, his friend just killed a lady.
and then died.
Yeah.
did it say how fast they were going?
What did it say?
He slid 150 feet.
Too bad they weren't going 88. He could have went back and fixed it.
Could have seen some serious shit.
Well, he's facing a murder charge, though it appears Clark County District Attorney's Office. Clark County. Where's that going to be at?
That's Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, Clark County. I was thinking also Atlanta, Georgia has a Clark
Careful
County.
for bicyclists and
Yeah.
Vegas.
So the Clark.
I thought of a good title if he was going 88 and went back and fixed it. Back to the suture.
No. So it says the Clark County District Attorney's Office will not prosecute him on the murder charge. They're just going to go after the other things because he was just the driver. He's appeared in court on this coming Wednesday.
He's lucky that they
Stay
give
tuned.
him what do they call it, like
Manslaughter?
well, no, when you're assisting, not assisted murder, but
Yeah, not assisted.
accomplice.
Yeah, accomplice. So you'd be accessory to murder.
accessory to
There you
murder,
go.
yeah.
Part of me feels like the
Why didn't the black guy tell us that shit? You should have known the charges. No, I'm just.
Jesus Christ! I'll definitely edit this. This is the first thing I have to edit out of the podcast.
Nigger.
Jesus,
I was keeping with the spirit of the vibe.
he was matching the tone of the room.
Bad timing on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they on, like the Vegas Strip, or just they were in Vegas?
This is like trash Vegas where people live.
Oh, okay.
and
This is
stuff.
why you don't leave MGM Grand.
Yeah, you stay on the strip. Always stay on the strip, no matter what. I have a quick story.
All right, we got like
Super
4.5
quick.
minutes.
And I realized after the fact that it's applicable now because you are both of you are wrestling fans, right? You're both wrestling fans. All right.
No, we don't
I'm
have any
much-
time. We're all out of time. Sorry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. Bye.
Do you guys know who Alberto Del Rio is?
Yep.
Okay, Alberto Del Rio. You might recognize his face.
I remember this.
Yeah, so he was charged with kidnapping and sexual assault semi-recently. Ex-WWE champion Alberto Del Rio. Didn't he do like the whole thing where I am Alberto Del Rio? Or
Yeah,
some
he used
shit?
to come
Yeah.
out with God, what was his name? El Duardo or whatever it is.
Okay. So he's been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of aggravated kidnapping stemming from a May incident with his girlfriend. It's this May that happened, so on Corona times. Alberto, real name Jose Rodriguez Chauhan, was arrested in San Antonio, Texas. He got busted here, okay? In May, after his ex-girlfriend told cops that the pro wrestler went on a rage and accused her of cheating on him. If convicted on all 5 counts, they carry serious penalties in their felony aggravated assault. It carries a maximum sentence of 99 years in prison. The sexual assault can carry a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, and so a conviction could put him away for basically life. Okay? Have you guys heard anything about this happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so the accuser, who cop says only speaks Spanish, she claimed that Del Rio smashed her cell phone and her laptop and attempted to burn her passport in an attack that started around 10 p.m. on May 3rd and lasted until 2:30 p.m. on May 5th.
He
A
kidnapped her?
2-day ordeal of them arguing and fighting and all this shit just
I've been
constantly.
in fights like that, but I've never been taken by a wrestler.
The woman also claims that he attacked her and caused multiple injuries on her. She felt woozy and dizzy from hits to her head, and there's more. The accuser also claims that Del Rio choked her out at one point and shoved a sock into her mouth to keep her quiet.
Ugh, how are you gonna kiss her after that?
Was it his gym sock? I mean, it's one of her socks.
Who cares?
Okay.
It's been on a foot.
When the sock was in her mouth, she said she couldn't breathe. Like, no shit. Okay, yeah, I know. Duh.
Yeah, no, she actually said, "Hurr."
That's why he put it there. During the assault, the woman claims that Del Rio also sexually assaulted her with his penis and other body parts.
Assault or rape?
It says assault with his penis and other body parts.
Well,
So
maybe-
assaulted with another body part. Did he like booty buster and shit too? I mean, like what other
Well,
part?
if you assault someone with your penis, I imagine that fool had a big ass dick and he's just slapping
Just
her.
smacking her.
Because if not, it's rape. If he's like rape,
I just
like,
find it odd. Like, was it rape? No, sir. It was assault with a sexual.
It was assault with a penis.
assault with the penis.
The sex was fine. It's just the fact that he was doing everything else.
Gave her a
Yeah.
dick hickey. I feel like he dated
Did
a
he get
woman.
the 3 count?
I feel like he dated a woman who only spoke Spanish because he's like, she won't be able to tell on me.
He just backhands her with his dick fingers.
Pacha! Yeah. Oh, dick fingers. Nice.
That's a callback, baby.
There we go. Hey, the responding officer said that he saw multiple bruises on the accuser's face, arms, legs, torso, and neck. How much of her did he really investigate? I'm gonna have to see more.
Yeah.
Can I see her vagina?
Yeah. What's on your tank?
The cops at the scene asked for a powerbomb of truth.
43-year-old Del Rio is listed as 6'4", 200 pounds. He's a superstar from 2009, 2016, blah, 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 WWE Championship, this and that, blah, blah. Yeah.
He used to date this wrestler named Paige. She was also a big wrestler.
Yeah.
And her story was a lot like that because they broke up in a really bad way.
So it's verified he did this. He's
yeah,
guilty.
Like the stories they stem. There's a lot more to this. Actually, that's not the only one.
No, I know.
Oh,
There's yeah.
And so like her stories were crazy. Like he roid raging, man.
I was keeping it like a Fargo series. That was season 1, and then I'll do another story stemming next time and another because this guy actually has like 3 or 4 things.
I
Stories
assume
of Del
when
Rio.
guys are accused of beating up a woman, I just assume they're guilty. I just do.
Typically.
Yeah, they're guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another story next week. You'll find out they're not always guilty.
Okay, cool. Well, we did that one story where the chick.
It didn't get recorded, remember? So I can use it.
Yeah, we had to scrap that.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I won't say anything.
There you go.
This was fun, man. Thank you guys for coming down. I was trying to get you guys to argue so y'all had a longer car ride back, but it didn't happen.
He's a cute man. I can't do that.
That's a rape. No, I'm just
It
kidding.
can be.
No, but thank you guys for coming down. Why don't you, you guys got any shows come out? This will be out next Wednesday, but you got any shows coming? You want to promote anything? John, I know I was on your show, Igloo Radio. You guys are on Spotify and everything, right?
Yes,
We're
sir.
out there.
Check out that Igloo Radio podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Also, listen to Teflo Dollar Bank Job on Spotify. Make me some money.
What is that? Is that
Is
that your album?
Yeah, it's a single that I put out. It's my music.
Nice. Say it again.
My
Teflon
artist
Dollar?
name is Teflo Dollar.
Teflo Dollar.
EFLO Dollar.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna check it out.
Hey,
I'm gonna follow your podcast too.
Just follow me at Jokes by John on everything. It's JON.
Okay,
Just
no
Jokes
H.
by JON. Yeah.
All right. What about you,
Like
Adrian?
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
The right John.
What is today, November 1st?
Yeah.
For a little bit longer.
So the only shows I got coming up, November 12th through 14th, Bricktown Comedy Club will be opening for Jason Mewes, and then the 15th we got Roastamania
Hell yeah.
again. So I'm excited for that. It's the
Nice.
finals.
Are you a challenger or are you like a ref?
No,
Or
He's the roast master.
I got you.
He's the
That's my show.
curator.
Do you wear a big tall hat?
Yeah,
You should.
Massive hat.
If you don't, you should.
No, he does wear a ref jersey. That's pretty good. He does better than I've seen other people do it.
All right.
What's your social media so people
you
can
can follow me on Instagram. It's at Mr. Corwin's Lounge.
Mr. Corwin's Lounge.
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for coming. My Instagram is at Mikey B the Comic. But you guys can follow the podcast at the Open Mic Podcast, MIKE, like my name. Also, if you guys are on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give us that 5-star review and leave us a 5-star review and leave us a comment. Say whatever you want. Tell us we suck. Say that we're the worst, raunchiest podcast you've ever heard. But give us the 5-star review anyways, because I want it and I need it.
He's got to have it, baby.
Yeah. What's our Twitter handle, Jason?
Open Mic 5000.
36 episodes. Still can't remember it.
Right there.
Yeah.
There you go. You said it once.
Yeah. I was just trying to steal your thunder. I can do anything out of spite, but I wasn't trying to.
I was figuring you were going to try to do it right as I was taking a drink.
Yeah.
You're
What
like,
is it?
What is that handle?
No,
Okay.
but thank you guys, and